Yo, what is good, guys? This is your homie Silver Smash here, coach of the Floridian Typhlosions. And this week I am coming at you with my first video in 4 months. Technically, I had an update video yesterday, but this is the first battle video that I will be uploading since last year, 4 months ago, probably around October or so. So, my first week I am uploading my game of APA season 13. This is a regular draft season. Last season was Ubers. This season is regular. Thank God. I'm tired of prepping for Ubers. But anyways, my first week matchup is versus Jacob. And he had a pretty unorthodox team, but it fits him nonetheless. I'm not going to go over his draft because I feel like that's going to take too long. And I'm just here to talk to you and tell you my plays from each turn, step by step, why I made a play, what was my thought process, what I predicted him to do, and the like. So, I see his team. He has Stundy T, which is one of his Z users, Tyranitar, which is his Mega, Aromatisse, Emboar, Deoxys Speed without Z moves, and Stoutland. So, I see his team and I'm like, okay, the only Z user in this matchup that is worth bringing is Thunderous Therian, which I had a harder time prepping for. I was struggling to prep for Emboar, Deoxys Speed, and Thunderous Therian. I was scared of Kartana, but then I looked at my team and I'm like, okay, Mega Scizor deals with that. If he's not Z, Scizor just switches in, which is my Mega. And if he locks into like Sacred Sword, I have multiple switch-ins to that, along with my Shaman being a bulky set just to get with Tyranitar and such. Tyranitar, Kartana, and if he's banning Stoutland without Sand Up, I take 2 returns. If he's Adamant banned, I don't take it. And with Rocks is guaranteed. So you can see my sets on the top right corner box and my layout, if you can tell and see it. I'm pretty sure you've seen it by now. So, I am bringing Mega Scizor. It's Adamant with a little attack investment, but my set is mostly Fizz Def just because I needed a response for Kartana, because Kartana was an issue for my team. As minus Mega Scizor, I had a harder time prepping for Kartana because he can be Swords and Z, and Z Kartana does a lot of work versus my draft. So I brought bulky Scizor with Adamant with enough to 2-hit KO Mega Tar with Bullet Punch. And I had enough speed to creep Adamant Tar with little to no speed to creep Primarina. And my Bullet Punch does a lot, and this is my win con this week. I will win with Scizor once his Emboar goes down or once his Emboar is low on HP. Shaman is bulky, as I've mentioned earlier. It's for Kartana, it's for Mega Tyranitar, and it's for Stoutland because his draft is very offensive and my team is overwhelmed by Sand. Offensively, I deal with this hand, but defensively, I struggled, so I built based around that. And the Shaman is bulky and it's creeping Adamant Stoutland with speed creeping for a potential Scarf on my draft, which is Scarf Latios, which he won't need much speed because he's base 80 speed. Nihilego Focus Sash is Hazard Stack Suicide Lead this week. T-Spikes, Rocks, Power Jump, Sludge Wave, hits everything on his team except for Kartana, but Kartana I deal with reliably as it is. So that is my set for Nihilego this week. My next mon is bulky Hitmonchan with enough attack to make sure I 2-hit KO every move, not every move, 2-hit KO every mon that it hits for super effective damage. And Mach Punch is there for obvious reasons, just to give me priority for T-Tar if he somehow brings D-Dance T-Tar, which should not come this week. And if Stoutland is weak, or if I need Stoutland weekend, I would have Mach Punch alongside Mega Scizor's Bullet Punch, which will also help me pick off his offense. And it's also my spinner as well because he has a Weber, which is a Raquanid, which didn't come and I can see why it didn't come, but that is not the point. Scarf Lele, it's here to create modest Deoxys if he decides to bring that for some reason. But this is JaCub. He's more than likely gonna creep my fastest Scarfer that he can possibly creep, which is Scarf Shaman, which is base 100 because Deoxys speed, max speed outpaces up to base 104 max speed Scarfers. So that's good to know. So just in case he makes a flub and prep, I'm gonna capitalize on that with Moonblast, Side Shock, Shadow Ball, and I believe the last move should be, I forgot the last move. That's crazy, but I think it's Side Shock, Moonblast, Shadow Ball, and probably Focus Blast or something. Probably Psychic, probably double stab Psychic, just in case he brings Calm Mind on Aromatisse, which can also come. And my last mon is Primarina because my team did not have a switch in for Emboar. Emboar came in and got a kill. My only fire resist that outpaces it is Nihilego, and Nihilego is a suicide lead, so once that goes down, Emboar just goes ham on this draft. I had nothing for that. I could have brought bulky Latios, but then Mega T-Tire just became that much more of a problem, so I brought Primarina. Fairy Spam is pretty good because his only reliable steel type is Kartana. That offensively puts in the work in this matchup versus my draft, but I again have switch-ins and responses to that. So Primarina is Wakam Berry, just specifically to deal with Thunderous Staring and not Pangoro, Emboar, which is also a problem. Bandit or Expert Belt, Emboar does a lot to my team. So that is my set for this week. I am modest with a lot of defense. I don't know if I'm right here, but if you can, I'm pretty sure you see my sets anyway, so I don't have to go too in depth. So I saw his team, and looking at it, I was like, okay, he can lead off with T-Tar, he can lead off with Deoxys Speed, or he can lead off with Thunder Staring if he has U-Turn or Volt Switch. So I want to get up. I didn't want to get up my hazards with Nihilego just in case he led off with T-Tar or Deoxys Speed with Magic Bounce or Taunt. So I led off with my Lele. I'm Scarf. I Moonblast. That does a good chunk. He goes for Z. I thought it was Gigavolt Havoc. He goes for a Supersonic Sky Strike, most likely for Shaman. So I take this opportunity and go into my Nihilego. He goes into his Aromatisse. I did not predict his Aromatisse to come out. What I wanted to do is I wanted to play aggressive because Thunder Staring does not touch Nihilego without HP Ground. Even a Z move doesn't one-hit KO it, even Gigavolt Havoc. So I go hard Nihilego. I want to get up my rocks and my Chi Spikes because he does not have removal. He did not go into his Deoxys, so he cannot go for Magic Bounce. He can't go for Taunt. He can't threaten me with Psycho Boost or Psychic, Side Shock, whichever stat he goes for. So this turn, I decide to get up my rocks or my T-Spikes. I get up my T-Spikes. That's my bad. This turn, I get up my rocks. He gets up his rocks. I swap out. He goes for Pursuit. Very good play on his part. I go into Hitmonchan. I wanted to go into Hitmonchan because Hitmonchan is a response to Mega T-Tar. Stone Edge does nothing. EQ does nothing. Crunch does nothing. Whatever move that's logical for him to go for, Hitmonchan takes because my Hitmonchan is EV'd to take the hit. And I can spin and threaten this thing out. So he swaps out here. As I go for spin, his Aromatisse is poison, as planned. I swap out here. I believe I go back into Nihilego. Yep, I go into Nihilego. He goes for Wish. He can either protect or swap out. He goes into his Mega T-Tar. I could have made a double, but there was no need for me to, so I go for Sludge Wave, attacking what was in my face. He gets the Wish on T-Tar. It's at 88%. I go for Power Gem, does 16%. He pursues, knocks off my Nihilego. First death of the game. Turn 9. So I can go into Hitmonchan. I can go into Mega Scizor. I can go into Lele, Shaman, or Primarina. Everything on this team deals with T-Tar. But I felt as if my best turn of events was to go into Hitmonchan, make a double, go into Shaman. He goes into Aromatisse. He takes rocks. He takes sand damage. Then the leftovers negates it, but the poison takes away that. I go for Energy Ball, tackle it to my face. He goes for Wish. Sandstorm, he takes the damage. T-Spike poison should kill him right here. So whatever comes in will get the Wish. JaCub makes a very good play. He goes for regular Fly to get the Wish, along with hitting my Shaman. My Shaman is bulky. I Synthesis on that Fly. He goes for Fly again. I Psychic. I take the Fly very well. I just decide to go for the Psychic right here instead of Synthesizing. I go for Synthesis right here to make sure my Shaman is as healthy as possible to deal with his Mega T-Tar and his other threats. JaCub goes for the Psycho Shift. I go for the Energy Ball. I get the critical hit. That's unfortunate because that puts him in the back. He goes for a cover. I go for Psychic, predicting him to swap out for whatever reason. I go into Emboar. So I go into my Scarf Lele. He goes for a cover once again. He goes for Calm Mind. Now this is scary because he's max speed, so my Scarf Lele is pointless here. And not only that, he is now Calm Minded up. And I had Shadow Ball. I really wanted to click Shadow Ball. I should have clicked Shadow Ball. That should have been my only play. But I clicked the Moonblast because I was afraid of him going into T-Tar. For whatever reason, I was not thinking this turned out as well as I wish I had. Hindsight is 20/20. Unfortunate. So I go for Moonblast. It does 43 damage to a +1 Spadef, the Oxy Speed. That is ridiculous. And with Burn, he's at 43%. So I can outstall this, but then I realized he has pressure on this Mon, and he can outstall my my Moonblast and keep recovering. But I get the I get the special attack drop, which will benefit me long-term wise. I consistently do 43 to 48%. He is not able to get it a Calm Mind. He has to stall out my Moonblast. He has to stall them out. And he can do that with pressure. So my best play is just to stick to my guns, click Moonblast until I get a crit or until he kills me off. So he Calm Minds again. I Moonblast and the Burn kills him. Showdown being notorious and infamous for that. I did not need to switch out, so I stayed in, click Moonblast. He goes for Sucker Punch. I go into Primarina. That is my only thing to swap into. My Primarina is Wakan. And I go for Skull, picking it up, which really helps me out now. As I said before, once Emboar goes down, Mega Scizor wins the game. So, Emboar goes down. He goes into his T-Tar. Okay, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I wanted him to kill my Primarina right here. I needed him to kill my Primarina right here. Because once Scizor comes in, I pick it off with Bullet Punch because I'm adamant with some investment. So I always pick off T-Tar with this around this percentage. So he misses Stone Edge. That sucks for both me and him. And he dies in the hill of those poison. So now he is able to go into Thundurus. Okay, and the play I'm about to make right here makes absolutely no sense. What I should have done was let Primarina die. But I was trying to play for differential here. So I go into Scizor. I'm not Mega, so I don't have the bulk. I get paralyzed. And then I realize, man, I could potentially have choked here. Because if I get fully paralyzed in any one of these exchanges, I lose to potentially Banded Stoutland because Scizor is my resist for this Stoutland specifically. So I pray, I Mega Evolve, I go for the Bullet Punch, I get fully paralyzed. His Thundurus kills me off right here. I go into Hitmonchan, I Bullet Punch. Not Bullet Punch, I Mach Punch, picking it off. He sends out his last Mon, his Stoutland. I Mach Punch, that's my only play. If I don't Mach Punch, I die and I lose. So my only play is to go into Shaman. Yeah, you saw that I outsped him. So he's not max speed Adamant or max speed Jolly. So I pick him off with Energy Ball, and I win this game 2-0. In theory, I should have won this game 3-0 at worst, but I threw the Frencho, or potentially threw the game. But this game was very, very intense. I enjoyed this game with Jacob, even though Jacob had even though hazards were not friendly to him, Jacob was playing thoroughly well. His prep was very well thought out. He played well, in my opinion. He made the plays he was supposed to make. Mega T-Tar did the work it was supposed to do. Thunder Staring was as threatening as always. Ember did not get any kills versus me because I was ready for it. Nihiligo's Poison did so much work. It killed Aromatisse. It killed Mega T-Tar. Shaman did so much work. Shaman took hits from Thunders. It dealt with Aromatisse. It ate the hit from any Stoutland set. I took one Facade, and I outsped him, so that allowed me to pick him off after the Mach Punch. So Hitmonchan did work. Nihiligo did its part. Primarina did what it was supposed to do. Everybody on this team, every Mon and every member on this team did the work that they were supposed to. I threw away my scissor for no good reason. That's a misplay on my end, but I will hold that. So I thank you guys for watching this video, and I will be coming at you with my next week battle, and my matchup is versus Panther. And I'm just gonna be honest, Panther's draft is, as always, stacked and hard to prep for. So I will be coming to you guys in a bit with that video, and I thank y'all once again for watching me. Peace out. See you later. Have a good one. Thanks.